Today I want to show you a shortcut to pide. Shall we call it Börekide? Börekide is nice. Pide is a Turkish classic. It's this crunchy thing outside and this cheese melts, and if there are sucuk or some greens on top, they get into the oven and become perfect. But to tell you the truth, okay, for sometimes even myself gets lazy, and even though I want to have pide, it might be hard to do. In Turkey we have something called börek. We have over 300 different types of börek, and this pide will also resemble and get some of the beauties of layers and layers of dough and crunchiness together with the pide. So this is a really Refika discovered shortcut to pide and börek together. And we're gonna make two versions. One, a classical pide-like sucuk and some cheese. The other one is gonna be sweet with tahini and a lot of other goodnesses. Now, what do we have? Here we have PHYLLO dough. These are ready-made. I'm gonna wet my PHYLLO dough with butter. So I will use, for one, a heaped teaspoon of butter. I'm gonna let it melt. I'm gonna use 8 layers of this PHYLLO dough. Open it like a book. It's gonna slowly melt, so I'm gonna drizzle it bit by bit like this and wet the sides like this. And I'm gonna do this for the whole 8 layers. Just drizzle the butter and then go sideways. If you're vegan, you can use coconut butter or olive oil even do. This will increase the crunchiness and this prevents the layers from sticking. From the top, actually, this looks like a very soothing picture. Okay, 8 layers are done. We can either use a knife or scissors are easier for me. I'm gonna have like small triangles from the sides. Why? I'm gonna wrap this börek, and for it to like roll into smaller, it has to like go a little conic, so this makes it easier to roll. And these sides are great like crackers near a cheese plate or to salads. Now, to this, I'm gonna add a lot of cheese, about 200 grams of cheese that can melt. This is kaşar. Mozzarella would do very well. Some kind of string cheese would do. Think of like, this is for 3 to 4 people. Each slice will be so fulfilling. I like wrap this side and I wrap the other side and then I close it like this. You make a wrap, basically. The bottom part goes to the bottom like this, and thank you, Burak. This goes to the oven to 180 degrees with fan on, top and bottom. And I'm gonna put it onto the medium shelf. It will be there for about 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna cut the middle and open it and add some sucuk, tomatoes and peppers. And anything else you want to add or change, you can change it. And then it will cook until the sides and the top are brown, which is about 8 to 9 minutes. And then we'll get our wonderful börekide. Like, we have this pide, and from our old pide video, you can make variations of it. I'll put some photos here so that you can get an idea of what you can make with it. But now I want to take you to another level, and this mixture was discovered in my team and I'm proud of it, and Yağız did discover this version of it while we were making Ramazan pides, and now he's doing the main camera. We are all multi-purpose people, and I'm looking forward for the days that I'm gonna be there and they're gonna be here. As you remember, we made the layers. It's like baklava layers. In normal baklava, what we do, we put butter, and then if it's the dried one, we put some sugar. Instead of that, I'm gonna change the concept into, tahini. Tahini is actually sesame paste, and most of it is sesame oil. If you don't know, because I have sometimes a lot of questions what tahini is, we have a video for tahini from here. And we weren't selling tahini, but now on Etsy we're selling tahini. And it's a very good version of it, and you can try it if you wanna see how Turkish tahini smells like, tastes like, you can taste it. So, what I'm gonna do, instead of butter, I'm gonna use tahini. I open the first layer like this, and put some tahini, like this. I'm not gonna even brush it because it's a bit heavier, but it's okay. And also, we want this to be a dessert, and this phyllo dough is not sweet or salty, so I'm gonna add a bit of brown sugar. In every layer, I make a different design. Have fun with it. It's like in cooking, this is your canvas, and each time you are using it differently. And always try to like put your spots into places where you don't have tahini before. Now this is ready, I'm gonna wrap it on the side and I'm gonna prepare the rest of the filling. For the filling, I will have some more cheese, but a different one. And at the same time, 2 tablespoons and about 3 tablespoons of molasses. Instead of molasses, you can use honey, it will work. You can use agave syrup or maple syrup would do. With the sweet and the tahini, when you make this mixture, this is a very classic Turkish mixture. You can think of it as like the Nutella of Turkish cuisine. It's very beautiful. Normally, children eat it in the breakfast like this. It's very nutritious too. I'm gonna put a bit of milk inside to make it more runny. It becomes like a very nice sauce. And the taste of the caramel in the molasses increases. So, like that. Then, same thing. I'm also gonna cut the sides. And then I have this beautiful string cheese. Any cheese that melts, and this like fresh mozzarella would do great in this. All the way to the sides. I'm gonna make a small dam in the middle. Like use the cheese as a dam so that it doesn't go everywhere. Fold the sides, wrap it fast, and squeeze the sides as well like this. And then continue wrapping like this. This time I'm gonna put the sides and they can now get into the oven, same as the one before. 10 minutes closed, then I will open the top and then continue cooking until the sides and everywhere is very crispy. Yes, now, because the sucukless part is a bit weird, but otherwise it's very nice. It's like a souffle, the cheese rise like this. Sorry about the balance, because now we have a vegetarian in the room. The balance of how the food looks might change time to time, but it's okay.
They'll understand it.
Yes, you can put some black pepper if you like on top and some greens if you like, but by itself like this is very crunchy and very beautiful. Are you ready to cut it? It's talking, yes. And each of these layers are very beautiful and it's fluffy, the cheese is fluffy. So, guys, let's eat it together. There's no pleasant way of eating this. You can do this for breakfast, you can do this for tea time. This is for you, Bahar. Cheers. Look at it. Crunchy at the bottom, cheese. It speaks for itself. So satisfying, so celebrative. You can wrap it if you like this, and I think Bahar is doing that. Come, our new Robocop.
I'm gonna burn them up. I have to say, this is even better than the classic today. These layers.
Insane.
You crying? I can't wait to put this into my salad as well.
This might have become very messy, but don't be afraid of it. It became messy because it was very hot. If you let it cool for a minute, it will be less in control, but I don't know if you can wait. Don't think we forgot the dessert. First, I put an incision, and then I cut it with my scissors. Da-da-da-da. 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 Now, this is gonna become like a souffle and it will grow. When it's growing, it's nice to have some more crunchiness around. And I'm gonna put some peanuts inside. They're gonna be sunk in most probably. I'm gonna take these other ones. They are gonna be really good with ice cream. Now it also goes back to the oven.
Why there are two?
Because we forgot to take the photo and ate it, and now it's more balanced because it has sucuk, etc., etc. First, I want to take this here, like this, and secondly, this one, and I'm gonna add some ice cream.
Yok artık.
Whoop, and pop, and I'm gonna drizzle the mixture of and some mint. Okay, shall I eat it or?
No, let's take a photo and then.
Okay. Now here we go. Look at this, look at this. Crunchy on the sides and the melting. And this goes to my dear Inan. This is actually very nice. Much crunchy here. And inside is very hot like this. The cheese goes on. And a scoop for this one too. You can see the layers. Good, like this. First, I have to try, and I have to be sure that it's not poisonous or anything. The taste is right.
Is it still hot?
Very hot, but very good. The saltiness of the cheese works like a salt in the caramel, and the tahini molasses mixture works like a caramel. Ice cream cools everything down. And it also creates a contrast between the crunchiness of the baklava like outside börek. Inan, this goes to you. Up. And this goes to my Yağız. It has to go to Yağız because the filling was inspired of what he found. And I want to tell you the story how I came up with this recipe. First, when we were small children, we used to eat sigara böreği. It's like cigar böreks. You wrap it and deep frying. I had this idea that like you cannot like make pide at home in your house. Can't I make a huge sigara böreği and make pide out of it? And it was first driven from that child's dream. And here we are. So guys, be careful what you dream of. See you. Hope you liked the video. If you've liked it, you know what to do. Take great care.